carried a phone teleconverter so much it became part of your daily kit? That was the big promise behind last year's flagship imaging phone. After a year of use, though, my feelings are mixed. I love the camera-like experience. The compression, tighter framing, and image quality are addictive. Once you get used to it, it's hard to go back. But surprisingly, that same experience can also be frustrating. Street photography is the perfect example. You spot an incredible moment, reach for your phone, and suddenly realize it's not that simple anymore. By the time I pull out the phone, open the camera, and attach the teleconverter, the bird is gone, and the perfect clouds have already drifted away. Even when you use it every day, another problem appears. The moment you want a wider shot, the teleconverter gets in the way. Switching focal lengths quickly becomes annoying. That's why teleconverters work best at concerts or stadiums, where you're standing still and rarely need to switch lenses fast. And that's the compromise of super telephoto phone photography: flexibility versus image quality. This is where the new OPPO Find X9 Ultra changes things.
Big thanks to my tech partner over in China for providing this footage. I really appreciate the support in making this video happen. Hey everyone, Stella here from techiestreet. If you're into staying updated with the newest gadgets, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest tech content.
OPPO took the 230mm telephoto capability that once required an external teleconverter and built it directly into the phone. The idea is simple. Teleconverters proved people want serious super telephoto photography on smartphones. So OPPO asked, what if you could get those benefits without carrying extra gear? That's the vision behind this ultra flagship imaging phone. Normally, built-in long zoom lenses mean heavy cropping, over-sharpening, or a sensor nobody uses. OPPO went a different route. With a redesigned non-reflective periscope prism, they fitted a true 50-megapixel lens with one of the industry's highest light intakes and a native 230mm equivalent focal length right inside the phone. Even more impressive, a 2x crop still delivers 12-megapixel quality images. OPPO also added an aura blue coating to reduce haze and improve color reproduction. So what can this crazy lens do? Sure, you could probably scan QR codes from ridiculous distances, but let's test something more interesting. We took it to Shanghai Wild Animal Park. The biggest advantage of a 10x zoom is simple. It captures shots others can't. Take the panda enclosure. The panda was sleeping deep in a hidden corner, barely visible from the visitor area. With a typical 3 or 4x phone camera, this is what you'd see. Volunteers told us the panda sleeps there all the time. Most visitors try taking photos, fail, and give up. Serious visitors usually bring a real camera. But with the X9 Ultra's 10x zoom built in, we captured it clearly from far away. That leads to an important question. Can a built-in 10x lens actually match an external teleconverter? To find out, I brought an OPPO Find X9 Pro with a teleconverter attached. Both phones were set to 230mm. Looking at these samples side by side, can you guess which came from the X9 Ultra? Here's the answer. At first glance, they're incredibly close. OPPO has pushed the built-in lens to near teleconverter level performance. The main differences come down to physics. The Pro's teleconverter works with a larger aperture and sensor, giving it stronger background blur and shallower depth of field. But switch the X9 Ultra into Hasselblad Ultra Megapixel mode and things get interesting. Images become cleaner and sharper. Tiny details like texture on a bird's beak stand out clearly. That's the advantage of a true native lens. Another huge benefit is compatibility. Every camera mode works with it. You're not limited to Hasselblad Ultra mode. OPPO's popular Master mode fully supports the 10x lens too. With reduced sharpening, photos look much more natural. This year, Master mode adds 3 new presets. My favorite is Contrast Black and White. It emphasizes light and shadow, creating a powerful humanistic feel. OPPO also added parameter watermarks. See a photo online with those settings displayed? Tap the AI button and the phone can recognize and save those parameters as a preset for later use. If you're an OPPO or Hasselblad user, share your favorite presets below. But the 10x zoom isn't the whole story. The X9 Ultra also features a second-generation SLR imaging system. While photographing a colorful macaw, it accurately captured subtle yellow tones without oversaturating the feathers or causing colors to bleed into the background. The real surprise comes in difficult lighting. During a commercial shoot at the former International Circus, stage lights constantly changed colors while the background stayed extremely dark. Even in those conditions, the X9 Ultra's 10x zoom delivered impressive color accuracy and dynamic range. Costume texture stayed intact, highlights weren't blown out, and tricky yellow lighting remained accurate instead of turning green. In pure image quality, the built-in 10x zoom gets remarkably close to what teleconverters can achieve. Combined with smooth depth of field and strong subject separation, the results feel much closer to a dedicated camera. But image quality isn't the biggest story. Flexibility has always been the weakness of teleconverters. Real life doesn't wait. Great moments happen instantly. Sometimes a teleconverter doesn't help you get the shot. It makes you miss it. My colleague and I were testing telephoto cameras near the Penguin area. I had the Ultra, he had the teleconverter set up. Then suddenly we heard heavy footsteps behind us. A pair of enormous birds appeared out of nowhere, and the scene looked incredible. I instantly turned around, switched to medium and wide-angle lenses, and started shooting. And honestly, the dynamic range on the Ultra this year is absolutely insane.
This next moment perfectly exposed the biggest weakness of teleconverters. In an insanely backlit scene, the X9 Ultra preserved both the cloud details in the sky and the feather textures on the birds. My colleague's teleconverter setup? Total disaster. The birds were too close, the lens couldn't focus properly, and every shot was either blurry or badly framed. And every time I tried removing the teleconverter, I faced the same dilemma: better framing or better zoom. That's always been the trade-off. If you're into photography, you've probably heard of the famous Holy Trinity lenses: 1635mm, 2470mm, and 7200mm. Together, they cover almost every shooting situation: wide for landscapes, mid-range for portraits, telephoto for distant subjects. The problem: smartphones have never been able to offer that kind of flexibility while maintaining top-tier image quality. Usually, you have to choose between composition and quality. The OPPO Find X9 Ultra wants to change that. Both the main camera and 10X Telephoto use 200-megapixel sensors, making it OPPO's first dual 200-megapixel phone. And things get even more interesting in Hasselblad Ultra's 50-megapixel mode. You get 6 focal lengths: 0.6x, 1x, 2x, 3x, 6x, and 10x. Even the selfie camera supports 50-megapixel shooting. More importantly, transitions between focal lengths feel incredibly smooth. Honestly, this setup is fantastic. At the Red Panda exhibit, the system's flexibility really stood out. As the keeper interacted with the pandas, I jumped between focal lengths instantly. Ultra-wide captured the full scene, 2x and 3x focused on the interactions, 6x caught the moment a panda dropped its toy, then 10x captured tiny facial details and expressions. It genuinely felt like carrying the Holy Trinity inside a smartphone. And for the first time, I wasn't thinking about image quality while zooming. I was only thinking about composition. Another thing I noticed: 200-megapixel shooting is much faster now. The phone no longer pauses after every shot. Even in ultra-high resolution mode, you can keep shooting fast-moving subjects without interruption. Of course, if you want absolute maximum image quality, OPPO still offers an external teleconverter. Attached to the 3x lens, it delivers a 300mm equivalent focal length. Thanks to the larger sensor advantages, image quality is seriously impressive. Even tiny feather details stay razor sharp. Compared to the built-in 230mm lens, it also creates stronger background blur and a more camera-like look. Even better, OPPO's second-generation DSLR imaging system now works in teleconverter mode too. Skin tones are more accurate and dynamic range is significantly improved. And thanks to the newer hardware, these benefits now extend to video as well. In difficult night scenes filled with neon lights and extreme contrast, the X9 Ultra delivered surprisingly accurate colors. Warm yellow lighting stayed warm instead of shifting green, which smartphones often struggle with. The upgraded O-Log 2 dynamic range also performs noticeably better. To see how good it really is, we compared it against the iPhone 17 Pro. The difference was obvious. The X9 Ultra preserved far more detail and bright signs and highlights while keeping shadows natural. The iPhone lost a noticeable amount of highlight detail. OPPO has also added 8K 30ps log recording, delivering sharper footage with more retained detail. On the telephoto side, you can even shoot 4K 120ps log internally without needing an external SSD. The camera app now supports cube file imports too, allowing real-time monitoring and LET previews directly in camera. And if you're already in the OPPO ecosystem, footage can be transferred directly to the new OPPO Pad 5 Pro for editing with the latest professional version of Johnnying. After a full day of shooting, the X9 Ultra still had 16% battery remaining. I was exhausted. The phone wasn't. That's more than enough endurance for a full day of photography and video work. On the hardware side, the display uses the same protective glass as the N6, paired with a 2K 144Hz refresh rate panel. Everything feels smoother, whether you're browsing or gaming. Software-wise, one feature surprised me: the new lock screen island system.
It lets you access live activities directly from the lock screen. Navigation, music, timers, everything is available without returning to the home screen. You can even switch between different display styles. While walking through the zoo, I could quickly glance at directions without fully waking the phone. Oddly enough, it reminded me of those old-school devices with dedicated navigation screens. As for design, the black version is easily my favorite. It recreates Hasselblad's classic black and orange look and feels much more like a real camera. And I have to mention the orange camera button. The click feels great. Zoom control is surprisingly precise. It's positioned comfortably and much easier to reach than many competitors. Honestly, future iPhones could learn something from this design. But after everything we've talked about, one feature still stands above the rest: the built-in 10X telephoto lens. If you want image quality that feels remarkably close to a real camera without carrying extra gear, the X9 Ultra delivers. OPPO didn't just improve a teleconverter, they completely reimagined super telephoto photography and built it into the phone itself. And that's what makes the X9 Ultra special. The image quality keeps getting closer to traditional cameras, yet the experience still feels unmistakably like a smartphone. For the first time, I don't feel forced to choose between carrying heavy camera gear or traveling light. This phone somehow gives me both. It captures distant moments while fitting naturally into everyday life. And honestly, that's the biggest achievement here. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.